It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies in theaters, streaming, and classic films as well. Directors and actors beware, as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hello, Jim.
Hey, Bryce.
And also we have the Merman. Hey, Murray, I hear you went to the Megadeth concert.
I was at the concert. I was outside helping load all their shit into the trucks. But yeah, I was there.
I was inside.
I didn't get to hear the music.
Listen to one of the originators of thrash metal.
Murray, did you get any ball sweat on you?
Not at -20, I didn't. No.
Oh, okay. ball sweat icicles?
So with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
All right. Well, thanks to all been supporting us. If you love our independent podcast or even like it just a bit, please subscribe, share, and give us a rating. Hopefully it's 5 on your listening platform, or you can dare us to see a terrible movie, and if it played anywhere in a cinema in the world, we will watch it. Now, let's get to raging. What would amazing Merman predict? What would amazing Merman predict? Will he predict a rage or will he predict a mondo? Will he tell us all what Jim and Bryce are at the movies? Better watch out, kids, cause here he comes. He's coming swimming to you. Swimmery, swimmery.
Swimmery, swim.
Swimmery, swimmery.
Swimmery, swim.
Swim all the way to our hearts, our little rage-filled hearts.
Speaking of balls, I think somebody's testes dropped.
I did.
A little lower range there, Jim.
I just thought I'd change things up a bit.
Yeah, I see
He went so low I couldn't
He
even.
went baritone. That's
He
even-
couldn't
I couldn't even harmonize with it. I'm like,
What?
I'm just letting you do your thing.
You've got so much bass, you could probably hit like Bowser
Yeah,
from
it's
Shia
all
Na.
about that
I
bass.
probably
for him.
could have.
You know what?
Sometimes I like to just give you the spotlight, Jim.
That's never something you do. I don't know. He probably fell asleep because he's so
Yeah,
tired.
he'll probably fall asleep today, too.
I can almost guarantee his reviews today will probably be like 2 sentences long.
Exactly. Yeah. So once again, we have a Cinco de Movio.
Cinco de Movio.
Only because they couldn't fit any more movies in, because there was at least 4 or 5 other ones that came out this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. How to Make a Killing.
Yes.
With our boy Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell,
Not my
Tom
boy.
Cruise 2.0.
the greatest actor of anyone's generation.
That's right.
And we all know who that
Better
is.
than Ben Affleck, apparently.
No, he is not. He is no Ben Affleck.
This one I did see.
pretty
I didn't
equal.
want to see this. I really didn't want to see this. But
You should have gone.
that is unusual then, Murray. You usually just don't go to movies.
You should've-
don't want.
You
well,
should've went
because
to
of the ones you
Kokuho.
guys picked, that was plus it was playing in my cinema.
You should have seen
I didn't want to
Kokuho.
drive across the city to see something, and I couldn't find the one I wanted to see. So this is the one I got stuck with.
What was the one you wanted to see?
Pillion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Got a Skarsgård
You
in
would
it.
have loved Pillion.
I didn't know where it was playing.
It was also very near you, but it was not at your
I
favorite
don't think
cinema.
it was near me.
It was pretty near you.
I
VIP cinemas.
I can,
Yeah, no, I was not going to pay $45 to see a movie.
I just said, but it was near
No.
you. You wouldn't have had to drive across the city.
No, sorry. $45 for a movie is too much for me.
You could have watched it on the way to the podcast today.
No,
you could have
no.
stopped there, watched it, then kept on coming to my place. It's on
Tell
the
you what,
way.
when we switch to a different day, then I can go to Cheap Tuesday and I might go see it. But
There we
till
go.
then, anyway. Yeah, How to Make a Killing. It's Glenn Powell
Yeah.
trying to kill off his whole family.
Yes.
Yeah, look, I don't think you guys like this one. Double rage.
Okay.
That's a safe bet.
Psycho Killer.
Qu'est-ce que
que
c'est?
c'est?
Was the other one I was gonna go see
Yes.
because it had that girl from the last movie that we saw.
Yes, that girl.
Oh,
Hey,
that
what's
girl.
her name?
Good old
Yeah,
what's
she
her
was
face.
she was in the cold storage.
Yeah.
In the cold
I
storage.
originally was gonna give this double Monda, but I do not think it is that good.
Okay.
So we'll go double man.
Okay.
Okay.
Midwinter Break
Yes.
with that Irish dude whose name I can't pronounce.
Isn't it just Kieran Hines?
Yeah, I think it's
sure.
Kieran Hines.
And Also, somebody else from Cold Storage.
Yes.
That's two people
Leslie
from Cold
Manville.
Storage.
Leslie Manville.
2 weeks in a
She's
row.
the
That's
best.
right.
I love her.
It's moody and lot of talky. And
There is
so much talking.
There's a lot of talky
Lots of
talk.
walkie-walkie.
Yep.
There you go. Double Mondo. Pillion with a Skarsgård, which the term apparently refers to the guy person who rides the back of the motorcycle.
Yes.
Mhm.
Also, what do you call it? A sub person in the BDSM world.
Nice.
Mhm. Sure
it was a
is.
dark comedy. I thought the clips I saw looked really funny. I kind of wanted to see it.
It
But
is not a dark comedy.
And it is not for
Even
you.
though
It
I'm
is
sure-
not for you.
even though I'm sure there's a lot of Swedish wiener in it.
There's
The
a little bit
Skarsgårds.
of-
If anything you can say about the Skarsgårds, they like being naked for some reason.
I'll say that there is Murray, but there probably wasn't enough for Jim.
There you go.
There was definitely not enough nudity for Jim.
Double man.
And it
then
was
you got-
we got mostly just side wiener.
There you go.
Like
Yeah.
we didn't get we got full dong.
So yeah,
Once.
double man.
Yeah.
The last one is Kokuho.
Kokuho.
Sure, that one.
Kokuho.
It's a foreign movie. It's got all kinds of buzz around
Japanese.
it. So yeah, whatever. Double mondo.
It's almost 3 hours long.
and 3 hours long. Even better. Double mondo. No way in hell I would have seen that.
Of all the movies that you would probably like that one the most, actually.
I don't think so.
All right.
Except for the reading.
I thought maybe a Midwinter Break, but it seemed a little too dark for me.
Okay. So how to make a killing.
Yep.
You know, I prepared a lot of notes for this, and I would just, stream of consciousness my notes, but I'm not even going to look at my notes because here's the thing about this movie. There is not one thing about this movie that is any good. From start to finish, I felt like Bryce when he goes into his pacing mode. I had to get up 3 or 4 times in this movie because I was so irritated about how I hated every single thing about this movie. Glenn Powell is repulsive. This story is horrible. Andy McDowell's daughter is annoying, and
Yes, she is.
there's nothing that ties together properly in
Had
this.
Topher Grace in it.
And yeah, the only thing that could have been good is Topher Grace.
Well,
Except
it had Topher Grace and it had Bill Camp.
Yes,
but
okay.
I had no use for anybody else in this movie.
But the two of them weren't even great in their
No, they were
performances.
just- well,
they were
you
just in this movie. So I don't want to talk much about this movie, and I could talk for hours about everything that was horrible in this. Just know that when you have a character that he I don't know if we're supposed to feel sorry for him, we're supposed to care for him, or he's not likable. He's a horrible person. The people
Everybody
he
in the
kills,
movie is horrible.
They're not horrible. The only person that was horrible and was him. And this is basically Wuthering
Him and her,
Heights
basically.
crossed with past lives. That's what it is. Except that it has Glenn Powell and the story's horrible. The people that he kills aren't even bad people. They're just rich,
a couple of them are.
rich, spoiled people. That doesn't make them bad people. And then, all of a sudden, he get this. This movie was painful to me. It totally destroyed my soul watching this film. I hated it. Hated everything about it. This is the biggest rage. This is by far the worst movie I've seen this year, bar none.
So you didn't like it?
I hated this film. It was
So was it a rage
it was
then?
a rage. Yeah. that's-
Really?
Yeah. It's
Wow.
This is unwatchable
You know,
garbage.
it got 75% on the popcorn
Of
meter.
course it did,
Of course,
Bryce.
But it got 47%
because the
on the
story
tomato
is so
meter.
well. The story was so
No,
well
no.
written.
Nobody with a brain in their head likes this movie. This is it's awful. And Glenn Powell, I'm hoping that I believe this thing's going to tank because we were the only ones in the cinema. I hope it tanks because we need to get off the Ben Powell train for one thing, Hollywood.
Glenn Powell, not Ben.
I said Glenn.
Oh, you said Ben.
You said Ben.
Ben, Glenn, whatever.
Project.
I don't even know what his name is. But yeah, this movie was not good. I'm baffled that it's got made, but it's it's a bad story. It's the actors are not good. Even good actors are put into this movie and can't even save those scenes. As you say, they're just sleepwalking through their, like, I don't know what to, and yeah, Margaret Qualley, I don't mind her sometimes, but she was just irritating in this movie, and I think she was supposed to be irritating, but she's usually that she's irritating in a way that's not the character. It's just like she's irritating, not the character.
Yeah,
the characters actually could have been a really good character. I kind of like the character that they intended her to be, but Margaret Qualley was just awful in this.
And supposedly this is, just in case you didn't know, supposedly this is a remake of a different film. I don't know. Yeah, Murray's going to tell us about it when he talks about it.
Oh, okay.
If Bryce lets me talk, I will.
Oh, sorry. I didn't even know you saw this.
Yeah.
I just told you I did.
Okay, well.
Go back to sleep.
You know what? I'm just going to, we'll do things out of order.
Have a little nap.
I'm just going to tell you that it's a rage.
Of course it is.
And we don't need to talk about it. But now, Merman, give us
etiquette.
Maybe I monoed it. How do you know?
Educate us,
Educate you. You both know how much I hate movies that start with how the main characters end up.
Yeah, except it's not.
It kind of is.
No.
He's trying to throw you a twist.
What a twist.
Huge twist.
Okay, I'm not giving away anything here. Basically,
Please give something away.
He ends up in prison, about to be executed for murder, which is the whole premise of the movie. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So obviously he gets caught. He doesn't get away with it. So I'm like, oh, thank you for spoiling the whole movie.
But wait, you forgot that he confessed.
He didn't get. He's not in jail for what you think.
That's beside the point.
No.
Anyway, it's a red herring. Anyway.
Wait, no, I just want to add to your red herring.
It just pissed me off.
Okay, well, of course it did.
It started off in a rage from the very beginning.
Yes.
Yeah.
But here's the funniest thing about it. They throw it. I'm going to ruin the ending. I know you don't want to because this movie's so horrible. No one should see this movie. But they throw red herring in it because at the end he doesn't get executed because of a really stupid plot point.
Yes.
And yet he sat there for the whole fucking movie and confessed to murdering all these people.
But he confessed to a priest.
Yeah.
Who apparently can't say
anything. In a prison
because the whole
where it would have
Catholic
been
thing.
recorded. Like, okay, sorry, go ahead, Murray.
Anyway,
You've got me wound up again.
Yeah, so he starts off in prison. I'm like, okay, so obviously he doesn't get away with it. He doesn't get his billions of dollars.
Confessing to all the murders.
And we're confessing and telling you how he does it all. I'm like, great.
Yep.
It works its way through flashbacks, that stuff. As if having to watch the new Tom Cruise blunder his way through this film wasn't bad enough, he tried to be Christian Bale from American Psycho. Basically, he had narrated the whole friggin' movie. I really didn't need to hear his inner monologue, which was in fact confessing to a priest. Apparently this film was based on a film from 75 years ago, which was in turn based on a novel.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't say the filmmakers ripped off American Psycho. It sure did seem like it, though. The main character even worked in finance, like Patrick Bateman, because he narrates the whole movie and he kills people.
Just a narration thing.
And he kills people and he works in finance, like Bateman did.
Okay.
I guess that's where the similarities end. But it just, the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, American Psycho, American Psycho, American Psycho. That's all I was thinking.
Okay.
Okay, was this film supposed to be funny?
I don't know, because I didn't laugh once.
I mean, it was billed as a comedy.
I think it was supposed to.
From the trailer, you would think so. The trailer made it seem like it was funny.
Yeah.
This movie should have been called R.E.P. Rich Entitled Pricks. As somebody who was born poor, has been poor for most of my life, and will die poor, I absolutely despise rich entitled jerks. It's not born with a silver spoon in their mouths, wasting money on stupid things while paying their employees next to nothing. So I could really care less about anybody in this movie. Even our intrepid hero, who did start off as a decent guy until the greed overtook him. This was just about getting revenge for his mother, who got tossed out by the family. I could have gone along with that.
Yeah, if they would have made it, if
he was just seeking revenge because they basically screwed over his mom, then I would have said,
if that even came up in the movie, it might have made more sense.
Actually, I like the concept of this movie. I got no problem with the concept. It was just poorly executed.
Anyway,
he didn't need to revenge.
Yeah,
that would have been stupid.
Despite a movie full of rich entitled pricks and starring Glenn Powell, this actually could have been a meh.
like Bryce said.
I mean, it had Ed Harris in it for 5 minutes.
Yeah, doesn't love Ed
Then
Harris
that
these days.
ending happened, which made me so angry. I was actually disgusted by the whole thing.
The ending actually should have saved this
And
movie,
again-
but it
again-
still didn't.
As you know, I'm a good versus evil,
You
A
are.
to B kind of person.
You're the most good.
It really ticks me off to see horrible people unpunished. It really does. I like a happy ending, so to speak. I literally
totally love it.
walked out of the film disgusted
doesn't
and
like a
pissed
happy
off that I wasted money seeing this.
Yep.
Of course, it's a big fat rage.
Nice.
I hated it so much.
Nice.
There we go.
Hit it. Crank it up.
All right, now talk about all the good movies left.
Oh, yeah, there's so many good movies left. We're going to talk about a good movie right now.
What movie's that?
Psycho Killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? So, this film has a bit of an identity crisis. Sure, like most slashers, it's hilarious at times. Intentionally or not. For example, when he wipes his blood-soaked boots on the church's welcome mat, I think I lost my shit for about 5 solid minutes. There were a few other moments where I laughed, I'd say pretty hard. Not sure I was supposed to, though. But, as my ex-girlfriend used to say to me, who are you going to please with that thing? The answer is me. That's all that matters.
There you go.
If you can suspend disbelief, and I mean a lot, you might get through this and enjoy it for what it was.
Really? Okay.
And what is that?
Yeah, what is that, Jim?
A comedy slasher, satanic murderer, revenge detective Scooby-Doo story. And of course, the ending clearly leaves things open for a sequel. So, there's that. The whole Satan angle wasn't very clear. Was he the kid who was supposed to have died years earlier in prison for mass murder? And how does the cop find everything out so easily where the other cops don't? And just get to do whatever she wants, whenever she wants. I mean, 3 Mile Island is the easiest place to break into. That's the impression I got. I mean, that totally makes sense. Right?
Sure.
Sorry.
No,
God's sake.
actually, no.
For God's sake. I mean, for Satan's sake. So don't try to make sense of this movie. I mean, if you're going to see this movie and even just try to enjoy it, you have to completely check your mind at the door and just enjoy a satanic serial killer driving across the country, killing pretty much everyone he gets in his way, including a very acid-laced Malcolm McDowell in a satanic orgy sequence, living out his favorite Frank Zappa song. It had some funny parts. I laughed quite a bit through this.
Okay.
It was a little bloody. I wish it was more bloody, but there were some blood scenes in here. It was ridiculous for the most part. If I didn't let go of the things that I normally hold on to, I would have probably really hated this movie. I laughed quite a bit. The murdering was plentiful enough. I got enough murders that kept me, satiated with some blood. It was meh. I didn't hate it.
So you were sitting beside me. Did I laugh at all once?
Yeah, you laughed as well when he wiped his boots on the mat.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
you
even
will.
remember.
But I was laughing.
there.
I was laughing a lot more than you were. That is for sure. But then, you come from a slasher world, and I don't. So I don't fully understand the whole slasher genre like you do. Like you lived in slasher world your entire teenage and 20s.
Slasher world.
Like that was your genre, right? Like
probably,
before.
Probably teens.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So you get. I don't get slashers. So for me, I was just enjoying some of the murders. There's a lot of killings in this.
There's some.
Like there's
I
a
don't know.
lot of killings.
This was like just boring though. I mean,
I don't know. I didn't mind it. I didn't hate this movie because I just checked my mind at the door.
Yeah, no.
There's a lot of dumb in it.
I'm sure it's been said 1,000 times, but or maybe more. But yeah, I mean, Psycho Killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? better run away. Do that instead of watching this movie. This is awful. It's a piece of garbage. It's not very intelligent in any way. I didn't make a lot of sense of it. I just thought that it was lazy, and it wasn't terrifying in any way. It wasn't funny. I guess him wiping his feet on the welcome mat was funny, but that doesn't make up for the other.
Not a welcome mat is for.
He was coming out of the church,
and he wipes his bloody feet on it. So
after he kills the priest.
Uh-huh. So yeah,
because we find out there, it deepens the plot a bit, Murray. We find out he was molested by a priest.
Okay, then.
I was going to say that was the original name of Lamb of God, but no, it was Burn the Priest. That's what they were called. Mm-hmm. But then the record company said, we're not going to be able to sell a lot of albums.
At least not to some Catholics.
So, can you change your name? And they said, all right, we'll change our name. They go from Burn the Priest to Lamb of God. Anyways.
Much better.
Much better. You probably got lots of Catholics buying that album.
There you go. I was just annoyed from beginning to the end. I was annoyed by this movie. I just didn't like it. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about this piece of trash. It's awful.
Well, you didn't like it when they got into 3 Mile Island?
I didn't like any. Yeah, that
was cool.
Oh, you did. Was it?
Didn't you like it that the cop? The cop was able to just do whatever she wanted whenever she wanted.
Oh yeah, well
and she knew everything that was going to happen.
She comes in and then all of a sudden she's got all the security guards, which she should not be putting in harm's way the way she's doing.
Well,
she's
they looked like cops though. Like
they were just security guards. It's like, okay, this is what we're gonna do.
In tactical gear.
It's like, what is going on? No, this was garbage. I'm not. I hated it. It's a rage. Let's move on.
Here's the thing. Sorry, I just want to say one more thing.
No, we don't need to.
No, I just want to say one more thing.
Okay, one more thing.
This movie, I think, wanted to be a pilot for a TV show. That's what I think.
Okay.
Because I think they want her
TV show.
Her solving mysteries. She's like
Nancy Drew.
She's like Nancy Drew or
Jessica Fletcher
or Clarice from The Silence of the Lambs.
Okay.
She's like the new Clarice.
Okay.
Clarice.
Fantastic.
Sure. That's what I think.
But she had no Hannibal Lecter to play off.
Yeah,
of,
she just had a guy who wears a mask thing.
Yeah.
What is that? Like one of those.
I love this. Okay, now you got me talking about the movie. The scene where all of a sudden she's like explaining to the cops that they should have had, and she's doing all this stuff and holding up the records and everything,
yes.
and drawing all these conclusions and all this thread that it's like, oh, this is all connected. How could you miss all this? And I'm like, how in the hell could anybody put that all together? Like, I don't even believe you right now.
That's what made it so funny. I laughed at that point too.
It's like, oh my God.
You have to embrace the dumb in these movies, Bryce.
Yeah, it was too dumb. Anyways, It was a rage.
All right.
Hit button. What did you give it?
I gave it a meh.
Oh God.
Because I liked the kills.
Okay, let's move on.
I
just lost
Frank
a lot of
Zappa
respect
scene
for you.
when
I didn't have much to begin with, but
when Andy McDowell, no, not Mr. McDowell, gets a nice pick in the forehead.
There you go. Good stuff.
All right.
Let's move on.
Midwinter Break. This film is like a slow release capsule for your soul, or maybe your relationship beliefs. I don't know. We have Leslie Manville and what's his name?
What?
Irish
Kieran Hines.
Kieran Hines, thank you. As a senior Irish couple who are now empty nesters, the wife books them a trip to Amsterdam. She fully intends for this vacation to spark an awakening she feels she missed out years earlier. He, on the other hand, is just excited about the city of weed and hotel sex with his wife. As the film slowly unfolds, we learn there was a pivotal event when she was pregnant with their only child, whom she later considers a miracle. He experienced the same moment in time very differently. Because of what happened, they slowly drift apart without fully even realizing it. I won't explain the whole movie, but suffice to say, she believes she was meant to dedicate her life to the Lord, being Catholic and all, While he slowly began to hate himself, an IRA bombing, which strengthens her attachment to God, shattered his faith and derailed his career after leaving Ireland for Scotland, turning him into a shadow of his former self. That destruction manifests in excessive drinking and, judging by his size, a lot of overeating. This is a slow building character-driven film that will likely resonate with viewers closer to our age here on Film Rage. It generally forces reflection on long-term relationships and how years of incomplete communication can quietly damage a marriage. Even when love is still present, it can always it can't always protect against deep emotional gaps in the understanding of each other. Both actors deliver fantastic performances. The cinematography beautifully captures Amsterdam in all its quiet, calm, and beauty. You really feel Leslie Manville's character's struggles, while Kieran Hines' character shows flashes of maturity and inner awareness. We never fully get his full side of the story because ultimately this is her journey. I do think that giving us deeper insight into his character might have strengthened this film a little bit, at least for me. In the end, it's a healing journey and a comfortable, reflective watch, the kind of movie that you might be able to sit through with your mom and give her a hug afterwards. There was no point in this movie where I thought I'm bored, because I did enjoy the journey that we went on. I enjoyed a lot of what was going on. I just didn't fully love it. It's just one of those movies that I think if it's a nice, comfortable watch, it's a Sunday afternoon movie at home with your family, and you come away with it with, you know what, I feel like I need to do some my own inner searchings of my own relationships, but otherwise, I think there was some problems with the story fully coming out. I think there were some parts missing. I think, but what they did with it, I loved her journey the most. His seemed to be a little bit responsive to her in some ways.
It was peripheral to the movie was about her.
It is really ultimately about her, but I think that his journey is also something we should have maybe known a little bit more, but then again, I didn't.
I think we learned enough about his journey.
Yeah, we did.
If we got more about his journey, the movie would have been more than 90 minutes, and that would have sucked.
Yeah, it was a tight 90 minutes for sure. Yeah, it was, man. I liked it.
Yeah, this is a movie that it's all about the actors. Watching these two play off each other is something to behold. I mean, they're two very, very good actors. To your point, the movie does feel little. It almost feels rushed at the end.
Yeah.
I was actually all in on the movie. I was enjoying it a lot. I'm going on the journey with her. I'm feeling what she's feeling. I get it. It's not the way I view things either. I'm kind of Kieran Hines' character's sort of mindset, to be honest, other than the fact that, I don't drink or overeat, but, it's a very, very good character study as far as, what was her name in this? I don't even remember her name in this.
Crap.
Stella. So Stella,
Was it Stella?
Yeah, it was Stella. Stella and Jerry. So Stella's journey is if you love great acting, I mean, absolutely watch this movie because you've got two great actors playing off each other. And I always like Kieran Hines. He's always in movies, and he's never the best part of them. But this was probably one of his better performances, though. I mean, he's. Let's face facts. He's no Leslie Manville, but he's very good.
But then again, nobody is.
That's true. There's not many people that can play opposite her, especially in this particular role where she's given something so meaty to deal with. To really stretch her acting chops. She's so subdued, and it's a really, really good performance. And for that reason, this movie's really worth checking out. But when we get to the end, it's sort of, I don't believe at the end that things would have like wrapped up that quickly.
Yeah,
it's like really a stay in the frickin' airport being laid over, and all of a sudden, it was just, there's no way on earth that in that situation where you're probably frickin' annoyed as all get up because you're stuck in an airport because of weather, there's no way that this relationship's getting back on track. Like,
there we go. One conversation and a look out the window, and it's
like,
all
what?
done.
So I was left a little cold. So while I enjoyed it, I at the very end, I'm like, it was fine. You know, as I say, there's
nice,
reasons to watch it. Yeah, there's reasons to watch it, but it's not a great movie. But it's good. It's meh.
Bam. So far, we're 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
There you go.
All right.
Meatloaf, if he taught us anything.
That's right. Taught us love.
Okay.
And Paradise by the Dashboard
Light.
Speaking of Paradise by the Dashboard Light, we're going to talk about Pillion.
Yeah.
So, first off, Murray, just so you know, you will never want to see this movie. And you're going to learn why pretty quickly.
Yeah, I was debating it. I mean, how much do I love Skarsgård? So I love him enough to see this movie. But
Yep, and he was probably one of the best he's ever been.
He is amazing.
Yeah,
Right here.
dorky, somewhat bashful and quiet young man who happens to sing in a barbershop quartet and works as a meter maid, or whatever the male equivalent is, meets an overly masculine biker dude played by the Skarsgård.
The Alexander version.
The Alexander version.
Younger.
The Alexander flavor. Our young, fragile thing wants Master Skarsgård to allow him to be his submissive. And it's obvious this is a role he's been waiting for his entire life. I mean, it's motherfucking Alexander motherfucking Skarsgård. Named Ray.
Yes.
Heck, if I got to meet up with Alexander Skarsgård, I'm sure I wouldn't mind being his submissive. If he cornered me in a dark alley and made me lick his boots,
Yes.
sorry, filthy boots, which
They were so dirty.
which seemed easier to handle than what apparently was his huge cock, apparently too big for Colin's petite little mouth.
Well, it was also too big for his bumhole apparently, because he's like, "Get yourself some lube."
Get yourself and
you're
a butt,
little. You're
and
a
a
little.
butt.
My
No.
favorite line. You're a little too tight.
That's right. Well, he said, "Get yourself a butt plug." He didn't say
oh
lube.
right.
He
That
said,
was
"Get
like,
yourself a butt plug."
Need to open that sucker
You
up.
need to open this channel up."
Yes.
And that's basically how we were introduced to these two.
That's right.
One is a brute of a man, used to getting exactly what he wants, when he wants it, and how he wants it. The other is Colin, played by Harry Melling, who, judging by his enthusiasm and awkwardness, seems pretty newly out. At one point, he even asks if he can, and I'm going to put this, practice to get better with Skarsgård. Colin's parents are supportive, but they're trying a little too hard, especially his dad, when they first get introduced to this guy, thinking that, okay, Colin's never going to find a man. I mean, let's face it. He's just too awkward and internalized. We quickly learn Ray isn't much of a talker and isn't especially interesting personality-wise, but he's motherfucking Alexander Skarsgård, so he's got that covered. He just has to be him. On what feels like their second date, Ray basically picks Colin up to make him dinner. I don't think Colin fully realizes he signed up to be a submissive at this point. I think he thought he'd just be a bottom and still be treated like a human. But his experience with love and relationships has him almost hypnotized, spending the night on Ray's rug like it's completely normal. From the beginning, we're thinking, Colin, grow a backbone and get out of this one-sided relationship. But then we slowly realize he's getting something from it himself. They each begin to take ownership of their roles, even if it's never fully discussed. There's hardcore wrestling, followed by what might be Colin's first true bottom experience.
I didn't know assless wrestling tights exist.
What? You don't have any?
No.
Dude, you're missing out.
So basically, they were chaps.
No, they're wrestling.
They're like wrestling singlets, but with the bum missing.
Yeah, dude, that's a thing.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Well, maybe I'll get that for Christmas.
There was a lot of stuff I learned in this movie.
Maybe I'll get you that.
Educational.
Maybe I'll get you that for Krampus this year. All right, where was I? Oh yeah, it might be Colin's first bottom experience with what we already know is a generously equipped Skarsgård. In the middle of that, there's a brief moment where you see something pass between them. Well, as he's getting his ass torn up. A flicker that suggests Ray might actually care about him. The casting could not have been better. Skarsgård as this brute and Melling as the submissive both played perfectly. Colin's confidence slowly starts to replace his awkwardness, and you begin to see him in a completely different light. This feels like a love story of the ages. Romeo and Juliet had nothing on these two. This is basically past lives if they actually stayed with their original couple. That's exactly what I was feeling from this. There's
definitely some past lives
vibes in this. Yeah. Totally. We're also introduced to their larger dom/sub community. Picnics, camping trips, motorcycle rides, a full subculture that's clearly been established long before we arrived. During Colin's first big group weekend, which also happens to be his birthday weekend, Ray shows he's not afraid to make him jealous, but he's also rewards him. And Colin gets his birthday wish. In case it isn't obvious, if you have issues with S&M and a lot of gay sex, this film might not be for you.
There's a lot of gay sex.
Personally, I felt all of the hardcore gay sex was necessary for the story being told.
No, absolutely.
Exactly the way it was. This never have I ever seen a movie and said that the sex was one of the most important things that they had in this movie. Usually sex is like, you don't even need it. Like when we were watching last night, when we were hoping that we were going to get to see Leslie Manville and Kieran go out in the hotel room.
That should have made me rage, because if we went from them about to get it on to boom, let's just cut all the good stuff out.
All we see is
old lady sex.
No, and we didn't get to see Kieran's floppy balls hanging around.
So it's just very disappointing.
It was just disappointing, but in this,
we got over it.
It was important. It was so important to the story. When Colin finally brings Ray home to meet his parents, it's deeply awkward. His mother
that scene is so good.
Yes, his mother sees exactly what the relationship is, or at least what she thinks it is.
Yeah, she doesn't understand.
She doesn't understand. The father doesn't understand. He's like doe-eyed. He's like, what the fuck is actually happening? It's a pivotal scene that quietly asks, who are we to judge someone else's happiness?
Yep.
Then his mother dies and something shifts instantly. The lack of intimacy Colin didn't even realize he needed becomes very visual. Even if only briefly, Colin believes the point of everything is love. With Ray, we're never entirely sure what his is. This is a unique character arc story. Our lead submissive eventually begins to question whether he's truly a bottom at all, or whether he needs more than just being dominated by one of the most gorgeous men on the planet. Or maybe he is exactly that. He just needs a day off every once in a while.
That's all he needs.
That's all he needs.
He's absolutely all in on just being completely submissive. He has learned what he is.
Yes, and he embraces
everybody needs a day off.
Well, and I think the thing is I think his vision of a gay relationship looked a certain way, and he was perfectly fine with the submissive side of it. The thing that he wasn't perfectly fine with is that when he needs some emotional caring, that it can't be all about the S&M side of it. There can't be the dominant side of it when he needs to feel loved, and that's at the core of it. Yeah. And we never I don't want to tell how the movie ends so much, but this is a rare and thoughtful look at a counterculture queer lifestyle wrapped inside a deeply character-driven story. It gives you space to reflect on your own life, how important people can be, even if they're only in your life for a very short period of time, and how profoundly they can change you for the better or the worse. In this case, it was the better for Colin. He learns boundaries. He learns who he is as a person. I absolutely freaking love this film. It was so mondo. I could watch this movie on repeat and never tired of it. But just so everybody knows, I did look it up, and I'm sure Skarsgård's penis is fairly large. They actually used a prosthetic in this because it was monstrously large.
As he's been naked in many, many movies,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty sure they knew that it wasn't real.
Exactly.
Yeah. Pillion. Yeah, going on this journey of self-discovery that Colin goes on. This is a subculture that I of course know of it, but I've never been entrenched in it like you get entrenched in it in this.
Yeah.
With you are in the lifestyle with this movie, and it was an educational bit of film, to be honest. And it kind of shows you that just because your way of that you view things you think is right doesn't mean that that's
right
the way
for everybody.
that's right for everybody. And Colin is on this journey of self-discovery that we get to go along with for the however long this was, an hour and 40 minutes. And it's an hour and 40 minutes of not only watching his journey, but learning from his journey. Like, yeah. I came out of this movie different than when I went in, and I think I've come out of. I think I came out of maybe a slightly better person for
I've
watching.
I've always wondered
this
for a
movie.
movie that could do that to you.
I think it's this
Or
movie.
you
I
and
just
me-
needed a lot of gay biker sex, apparently, to
you
make
and
me
I
a
are
better
going to be
person.
better off now because Bryce
we'll
is
see.
a better person.
But yeah, you've already you covered basically everything. But yeah, this dynamic between Ray and Colin, this journey that Colin goes on, and in the beginning, I'm like, I'm getting it, but I'm like, I'm not fully getting it. And by the end of it, I totally get it. And I understand everything that Colin was going through, reacting to. Everything felt natural. This is the process that he had to go through. And in the end, he learned what he was. And he's okay with what he was. So everybody else should be okay with what he is.
Well, his mom's dead, so he doesn't have to worry about
Well,
her.
yeah, it's exactly.
His dad will get on board.
Oh, yeah. His dad's like, hey, I just want my boy to be happy.
That's right.
And you know what? His lifestyle isn't for everybody, but it's for him. And it is actually just... The question that comes up with me, and I don't want to really spoil things, but does Ray give Colin that day knowing initially that...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Don't say it.
Okay.
But the answer is yes.
Or does that not happen until
No.
the...
He 100% knows. He gives him the day because he knows that's it.
Okay, so because there is a point where something happens, okay, at the end of that day, you know what I'm talking about,
Yep.
where you see in Ray's eyes something different has happened to him as well.
Yes, 100%.
Now, you think that the day started knowing that
Yes,
okay,
100%.
not when
Yes.
that thing at the end happened.
Yes, 100%.
Okay, so but that just kind of made it like, okay, now I really need to.
Yeah, Ray cannot accept.
He can't connect in that
intimacy.
way.
He
Yeah.
cannot have intimacy, and he started falling in love with Colin.
Yeah.
and he can't. It's not him.
That's not him.
He can't go there, and because we don't really fully know Ray's story.
Yeah.
But we know that he can't deal with intimacy.
What
and
a
that's
heartbreaking, beautiful movie.
I know it's.
Like my God, was this like, I can't believe how much I cared for these guys.
Oh yeah.
And I cared for Ray too.
Oh yeah, like
big
there's moments.
time.
There's moments in like there's just very small, and
Yeah.
Skarsgård does a does it fucking brilliantly. Like the moment when Colin was just like torn apart after their first anal sex, and you see the look in Ray's eyes, like it's like his whole armor comes down, and he shows, even though he's still kind of brutish about it, but his look on his face was like, oh my God, I just broke you. I have to get you back. Yeah. Right. And it's a beautiful character study. I don't. My God. So this was mad for you.
This was such an amazing film. Like I watched this, and I'm like, I can't believe how good this movie is. Like this was a wonderful movie.
Winner.
Yeah, this was absolutely Mondo. Wow.
Yep. Get your Pillion on. Makes me wanna get my old motorcycle back. Go for a ride. In multiple ways.
What a movie. Wow.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Baby, you can drive my car. All right, Kokuho. This is a story of pathos, pain, suffering, loss, and friendship.
There's so much in this movie.
Told across a 50-year journey. It follows the heir of a Yakuza leader whose father is killed just as he successfully performs his first Kabuki play. Mm-hmm. Present that night is the master of a Kabuki house who notices the young man's natural brilliance. And as much as we learned a ton from Pillion, we also learned a ton in this movie.
We do.
Absolutely. This was an education week for us, that's for sure.
Yes.
It follows the heir of a Yakuza It follows this same heir after the story. What follows after the murder of his father is a story of relentless dedication, training to become the greatest Kabuki performer in all of Japan. This is one of those epic tales that spans decades and features a large cast, though is mainly focused on the family of the Kabuki house that Kokuho becomes part of. There's the father, the mother, the son, and the son becomes Kokuho's biggest competition, biggest supporter, and dearest friend. The first half almost feels like a Japanese theater community's version of a sports movie. The competition is fierce, and every time they step on stage, you genuinely feel like they might fail or lose everything. These two young boys. Kokuho trains for 7 consecutive years without a single day off, while his adopted brother, or the brother that isn't adopted, Ray, who's raised as the entitled son of a Kabuki master, is more focused on fun and women. You can almost see where the film is headed, but then it twists and it turns. You're constantly wondering where this is going to go next. At one pivotal moment, their lives essentially switch place. Friends become enemies, and our lead is thrown into a world of despair and dread. Even with all the talent, determination, and dedication in the world, sometimes it feels like a quick prayer to Satan, or in this case, Mr. Devil, is the only thing that will flip the scales, which it does, by the way. So the message of the story is pray to Satan more often and good things will happen. This film is emotional.
I didn't get that, but okay.
Oh, okay. Well, now I'm telling you. So you're learning. You're still learning. That's right. This film is emotional and engulfing. The characters are so deep and captivating that you get lost in their story again and again and again. And this movie is like almost 3 hours long, so you can get lost a lot of times. If you're not a fan of Kabuki theater, this movie may not be for you. There's a lot of it. Apparently, I didn't realize how much I was a fan of Kabuki theater.
There's a lot of it, but it's so, even if you're not, how can you not? It's so beautifully shot. How can you not just?
I know. And it, like, there's scenes in it where, like, you've seen this same scene 3 times because they perform some of these plays, these classic Kabuki plays, a few times in the movie. But in this scene, you see this person performing this role. And in this one, you get to see, they're older and they get this scene. So at first I was kind of like, I don't want to see this play again. But as the play's playing, I'm just like, you know what? I love it. This watching this play for a 5th time or 10th time or whatever it was, I didn't care. I wanted to see it 20 times.
Absolutely. This
movie could have gone on for 5 hours and I still wouldn't have been bored. I never looked at my watch once through this.
Yep.
Because this movie and the performances and Kabuki theater in general, I just realized I love Kabuki. I want to go to Japan. I want to spend the rest of my life over there watching Kabuki theater. And this film was Mondo. It was 3 hours of pure joy for me. It's so complex. The story is so good. I love this story. It was fantastic. It was Mondo.
Yeah, this movie just wow. You sit down and just what a beautifully shot film.
Oh God,
like my God, did they just every frame of this film is just amazing. I have just adored every second of it. Once again, the performances are great. I mean,
these 2 actors.
Yeah.
Even the younger versions of them.
Oh yeah, younger
fantastic.
Versions. Nice seeing Ken Watanabe.
Yeah.
He was back and he was great. Watanabe. I always say his name wrong, but anyways, he was fantastic. It's just such a beautiful film, and I don't know a whole lot about Kabuki going in.
I do now.
But I sure do now. And I've just got so much respect for like everything in this.
Craft.
Yeah, the craft of this and what goes into it. Like who knew that the painstaking training that goes into performing Kabuki. So yeah, once again, it's nice though. There's 2 films this week that absolutely just gave me an education.
And train, that's the thing, right? It's when you see other cultures, like when you get immersed in these films, like this is the reason why I kind of wish that there was more. We had more international films every week come out, because I swear I would push for us to change our podcast to just see international films, because the amount of films that we get in North America that are just rewashed sequels and redos and garbage, it's beyond annoying. But then you see every time we get a movie that comes from another culture, it's emotionally fulfilling. It makes us think inward. We're not getting the drivel of constant
we're just
garbage.
And you're not spoon-fed anything when you go to a Japanese movie. This movie was so good. So anyways, it was Mondo, by the way. But yeah, I'm just wow. Just wow. I just absolutely, and as you say, it's like 3 hours, and it could have been another 2-3 hours. I could just sit there and let this thing wash over me for the rest of the week.
And it's funny how certain movies, like I know we talked about this last week with Wuthering Heights, but like for me, I understand why it wasn't too long for you, but for me it was. It's funny how certain movies, and I don't know if it's frame of mind, I don't know if what it is, but some movies and I think maybe it's the characters that you care so much about.
Yeah, I mean,
and maybe with Wuthering Heights, I didn't care enough about the characters that I just wanted them to quickly die. I like that they, we knew we were going to get a payoff for them, which is still okay.
Wuthering Heights was genius.
But it's like there's movies like this where it's just like when the characters are so richly developed, and you feel for everyone, even the mom. Right, like even the mom who hated Kokuho from the very beginning.
All we preach all the time is like, you got to edit the movie. But every now and then you get movies that's a 3-hour movie, and you're like, thank God they didn't edit this movie. I got to experience it for that extra hour.
Actually, in that case, it's more like I bet you this was a 5-hour movie. What the hell? Why didn't we get to see the other 2 hours?
Yes. Let's see the director's cut.
Exactly. All right, Murray, you got stuff to do.
All right, I'm going to keep this short.
Short and sweet, just like you.
That's right.
And also, don't forget delicious.
So I was bored again on a Saturday night.
What?
There were no Olympics to watch, no sports of any kind except college basketball.
Nice.
Flipping through the channels, I spotted another movie I hadn't seen yet.
No.
This film wouldn't even occur to me to watch, to sit through, except that, like I said, I was bored. The movie was Charlie's Angels.
What? The original?
Not the Drew Barrymore one.
What? Oh.
The reboot of the remake.
Oh.
In 2019.
Nice.
First off, I freaking love Elizabeth Banks.
She's
As an actress, as a director, and especially as a game show host. This version was written by, directed by, and starring the lovely Miss Banks. Didn't really start off well. In this new one, there are only 2 angels and over 340 Bosleys. Patrick Stewart is number 2. I assume after the Bill Murray-Bernie Mac amalgamation from the first 2 films. Except he's old as dirt, so he's retiring. They actually showed photos of Stewart with all the original angels, Drew Barrymore and company included. It was just some really bad Photoshop. They basically superimposed Patrick Stewart over top of Bill Murray's face. Like, that's how bad it was. I was thinking, oh, here we go. Elizabeth Banks plays number 342, or somewhere around there.
Of Bosleys.
Bosleys. Jimon Hansu plays one too. And on the Great Wall of Bosleys at the beginning, I saw Michael Strahan, and I'm pretty sure I saw Liam Neeson.
Nice.
So I don't think he has any lines. The story doesn't really matter, just some nonsense about an EMP that kills people. I mean, the first 2 weren't exactly cinematic masterpieces. Much like those 2, the new version actually had a few twists that I actually didn't see coming. Yes, much of it was predictable and stupid. But this version had something the others didn't. Kristen Stewart.
Nice.
She was funny, charming, and a complete badass.
What? I never thought I would ever hear you say that about Kristen
I
Stewart.
love her, except for those stupid vampire movies. I actually like her quite a bit.
There you go.
She was the other girl I've never even heard of before or since. I mean, she was good too, I guess. I'm giving away some spoilers here, but it came out 7 years ago, so you had your chance to see it.
Yep.
Patrick Stewart was diabolically evil as the bad guy. He was a Bosley turned bad.
Bad boss.
A role he rarely gets to embrace. Sure, he's not exactly a criminal mastermind, but compared to the other nitwits who parade around as villains in this film, the main difference between this updated version and the previous 2 films and the really old TV series is that Banks managed to make it funny without it being stupid or cheesy. And unlike Barrymore and Diaz and Liu, Kristen Stewart and the other girl are actually believable as ass kickers. And yes, Jim, they do actually punch dicks too.
Yes. The only way that they should do it.
I really thought this would be a rage, but I had some fun watching it, so it makes it to a meh.
Nice.
It was a fun little movie.
Awesome.
And Elizabeth Banks, it might have been her first directing. I'm not sure, but
Well, anything with Kristen Stewart.
that's right. She was awesome in it. She was funny.
She's the best.
Temperature rising. Vision blurring. Rage taking over.
Kristen Stewart was in the Twilight movies, you know.
Yeah, we talked about that already when you left.
Yeah, you left to do stuff.
Last time on Rage.
Oh, that's not it.
I know, I was just making Bryce shut up.
Oh, well, that did it then.
Okay, my rage this week is that, I could talk about how much I hated How to Make a Killing and Glenn Powell and all the usual things that would make me rage. But my rage this week is that we didn't get to see the director's cut of Kokuho, now that I think about it.
Because it was 3 hours.
Because it was only 3 hours long. And to be honest, I kind of wish that I could have spent an entire afternoon just watching this movie. But here's the thing. If you're going to make a movie that's 5 hours long, originally I used to have the thought that you should have intermission in the middle of it. But to be honest,
No.
if you can't hold your pee for 5 hours through a 5-hour movie, then you don't deserve to see a 5-hour movie.
I can't even do 2 hours.
So yeah, my rage this week is I want to see the Kokuho director's cut.
5-hour version.
5-hour version, because I'm sure it's out there. That's my rage.
At least if you watch it at home, you can stop it to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. It's the experience. You go in dry, and you stay dry the whole
come out
movie.
wet.
Every once in a while. That's right.
Sure,
Going
whatever.
dry,
Come out wet. Just the way life should
that
be.
happens in some movies.
That's why they made adult diapers.
That's right. Just like in Pillion.
Okay, then.
It's been quite an adventure this week with the dogs. That's all I want to say.
Yeah.
We've had more dog action on
I
our
think
podcast.
that's Bryce's rage this week. Lack of sleep due to his dogs.
No. My rage this week is actually Jim,
What?
because I went onto our website the other day,
Uh-oh.
and Edgar Wright is still on deck, even though I gave his last movie a rage. So he's absolutely not on deck
Well,
for
you gotta
anything.
you got to remind me of those things.
So he is not on deck for being undoubted.
There we go.
He has to come
He
off.
is on deck. He's
because the running man was a rage.
That's Glenn Powell's fault.
It was. Yep.
So yeah, goodbye there, Edgar Wright. You're only
had a chance.
you're only 8 away. So,
Sure, he'll
but
do 8.
yeah.
You
So
know what? He's been on a downward trend, so I don't think I think his chances of coming back are not good.
So basically, what I'm saying is, come on, Jim.
He needs to do more Simon Pegg movies.
It's apparently.
Rage subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading. Last time on Rage or Dare, the boys took an icy trip to the merman's ice creamy bucket of rage when they pulled the Estevez brothers' comedy crime-tastic garbage caper, 1990's Men at Work. This week, it's Bryce's turn to Rage or Dare.
What?
Are you ready this week, Bryce?
Whatever.
Well,
I think it's Jim's
we're
turn.
waiting.
It's Jim's turn.
Come on, Bryce. Okay, let's check in with the boys and see if Martin Sheen's kids play well in the garbage truck together. Or is this film a piece of trash? Personally, I will accept no Men at Work slander here. You have to give it at least your finest golf clap. Don't you forget about me. I'll be alone, dancing, you know it, baby. Yeah.
He does know that neither one of those brothers were in that movie, right?
What are you talking about? Emilio Estevez was
Oh no, I
in
guess
that
he was
movie.
the one. Sorry, he was in the one.
He was
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
in the
Right.
main. He's in the.
Sorry, I was thinking Charlie Sheen was in
I
there,
think
but yeah.
was
No.
Charlie Sheen also in it? Like,
No.
No.
Like was he in the
No.
Flashback scene?
flashback or something?
No, there was no
No.
flashback.
I don't know. I don't remember.
As far as I know, there's no movie they were in together. I could
No,
be
they've
wrong.
been in a couple together. Look it up while I'm talking.
Okay.
All right, so making it work.
No.
It's a little longer.
It's Men at Work.
Oh, Men at Work.
They come from the land down under.
There we go. Man, that Emilio
Young
Estevez
Guns.
can sure act.
Oh God.
I totally bought everything he was laying
Hey,
down.
he also wrote and directed it.
He's like I mean, we got to go back to the list because he might be repulsive. I didn't realize, and then it's when I'm watching him act in this movie. I'll interrupt you just for a second. when watching him act in this woman, I start thinking back to like every Emilio Estevez role because I'm trying to do anything but concentrate on what's in front of me. And I'm thinking, has he ever put in a performance that wasn't absolutely atrocious? He's just a terrible, terrible actor.
was Billy the Kid.
Charlie Sheen can actually act.
Yeah.
Occasionally he puts, not all the time, but he does have the ability to at least have a good performance.
Well, he's got this-
Emilio Estevez has no
He's got the
acting
same.
chops.
He's got the same last name as his father's made-up name, so
There you go.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And then Charlie Sheen. Speaking of Charlie Sheen, I'm not fully convinced he plays anybody else but himself.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna find a way to get them not to be screaming all the way
The
through.
fight during our
That's
podcast.
fine. Just keep on talking.
All right, well, push me up in the mic and pull Bryce's mic down. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, so I'm pretty sure that he basically. Wait, did you pull him down or me down?
I don't know.
Hello, that's me. That's hello, testing. Is this on? There we go. Where was I? Yeah, I'm totally convinced that Charlie Sheen basically is playing himself every time he's on, which apparently he does pretty good. They play garbage men, funny ones supposedly. They find a
Sanitation workers, Jim.
They find a dead mayoral candidate in a garbage bin.
That's right.
A guy who is about to turn in the bad guys, even though he was also involved with the bad guys. The same guy that night before Charlie Sheen saw beating his girlfriend, so naturally Charlie shoots him with a pellet gun and hides. At the exact same time, the gangsters show up and kill him.
Sorry, I turned you down.
Why did you turn me down?
Because he told me to.
Because your dogs were making too much noise. It's coming through your mic. Except Keith David, who also was there when they find the dead body, says they couldn't have done it. And right, as all this is happening, peace officers roll by, the same ones who seem to have it out for their two leads, and suddenly we get a full-on Weekend at Bernie's situation because Keith David made perfect sense that he got himself involved in the first place. He finds out this guy's maybe murdered, and he's like, "Okay, I'm in for the ride. I hate cops, so you know." Look, this is a lot of film to take in one movie, especially when the movie is boring, and from the magical year of 1990, it's basically a couple of slacker surfer sanitation workers who stumble into a caper. I watched this in the middle of the day, in the middle of the week, and I fell asleep more than once. So that has to tell you something.
Tells me something, yeah.
Yep. Instead of calling the police, they Weekend and Bernie's the body back to their home, which made perfect sense. Along with Keith David, which also makes no sense.
I didn't get the Keith David going along for the ride.
I didn't either. Well, their prank-loving coworkers slowly start figuring things out, sort of, or at least they should have. There's a lot of shit being sprayed. A lot of nothing happening, a lot of peeping, tomming nonsense, and a lot of me falling asleep every time I started to watch this movie. Just FYI, it took 5 attempts to finish this off, by the way. But we got a good old-fashioned caper. You know, caper? I mean, when was the last time that we had the word caper?
I don't know.
We don't say caper enough, apparently.
Like capers?
No.
To eat?
No, caper.
Oh, okay.
Just caper.
I
it's not.
remember the Great Muppet Caper? That was a good movie.
That was a really good movie.
That was a great musical.
It was a great musical.
There you go.
It was no Stardust Brothers,
It was
but
no
it was
Stardust
great.
Brothers, yeah. So this movie, it wasn't painfully rage-inducing. I mean, it's dumb and not funny, but honestly, watching Keith David in a fairly sizable role for any amount of time is worth the price of admission. He was worth watching this movie for.
He was so...
But hey, we get a love interest for Charlie, which also didn't make any sense.
No.
So that's also great. And if Emilio said, we should call the cops one more time, I swear it would have hit 100 repetitions. And
Yes.
honestly, if it had only been 50 times,
Uh-huh.
maybe I could have finished this movie in maybe 3 sittings. I'm not sure. Keith David is Mondo. The Sheen brothers are horrible. The movie itself, a very 1990s, aggressively 1990s rage. But at least we got music by Stuart Copeland. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, I got Stuart Copeland. But yeah, Emilio Estevez, writer, director, actor extraordinaire. This was his directorial debut, I should say. And man, does he start with a squizzamaroo, as my father used to say. Yeah, Men at Work is just a frickin' train wreck from the beginning. It's not funny. The acting's horrible. I don't even... Emilio Estevez might be the worst actor that I've ever seen in my life. I'm now convinced. As I say, watching this movie, I went back over in my mind his roles over the... Like, I can't think of any role where... Like, he just looks like he's lost all the time. Like, he's just got that dumb face that just, like... He looks like he has absolutely no brain in his head. And this character had no brain in his head, obviously. But yeah, I don't understand how this guy has a career. Well, I guess I do, because he's got a papa that's, you know, kind of established. But yeah,
he has a different last name.
That's true, because yeah, Emilio really wanted to make it on his own. Yeah, whatever,
right.
Emilio, you would have no
He was in the
career.
Breakfast Club.
Yeah, he was he was the worst part of the Breakfast Club, which is a movie that I actually really enjoy. Yeah, this was a piece of garbage from the start. I didn't understand anything that wasn't funny. Watching these two idiots, there's no way that they'd have a job.
Yep.
It's just ridiculous from the get-go. I don't understand
funny.
why Keith David as Lewis is going along for the ride for this entire way. Like, I don't like, how does he even get involved with this? Like, this makes no sense. This is the type of thing where he just goes, yeah, sorry guys, let's just call the police and let's just get on with our lives. Like, this just, the way that this situation snowballs into total ridiculousness is just, and it's not funny. I'm okay if you're going to make it funny, but I'm sorry, Emilio, you are not funny and you should not be writing a comedy. You should not be writing anything. You should not be directing. You should not be acting. This is just atrocious. Another crap-tastic, it's not even crap-tastic.
90s.
It's just crap. Just another piece of crap that Emilio Estevez is involved with, which you can, you know, the list goes on and on for that guy. But yeah, garbage, rage.
Thank you.
Nice. You know, I'm going to get you to pull from my bag, but I'm going to say we're going to have a conversation offline because Bryce and I had a quick chat about a segment that we may want to make some changes to. And so I'm still going to get you to pick. So when we come back with Rage or Dare, but we may have some changes. I'm not saying we're going to, but as a group, we will have some discussions. Isn't that right, Baxter?
See, Baxter's like, what are you talking about? What do we need to change? Oops. Don't eat that, guys.
He's about to eat that.
No, I've already watched this.
Okay, well, pick again.
Okay. Or you already watched it. One of us watched it.
No, lucky us.
Okay, so pick again.
You've already watched it?
Perfect something. Just Perfect. Perfect from 1985.
Perfect is John Travolta.
And
Is it?
Jamie
Lee Curtis. The sexy Jamie Lee Curtis.
That's right.
It's all about the workouts.
I was going to say, that's not like the aerobics thing,
It is the aerobics
Oh.
thing.
Sure is.
All right.
All right, well, stay tuned, my friends. We'll also be having a special episode coming up later in the week. So stay tuned for that as we talk some music with our friend John from Life's But a Life's But a Song podcast. Oh, man, I am tired. Well, thanks, Ragers, for listening. Thanks to the Extended Film Rage family you can find in our show notes. Thanks to Casey from The Nerdy Photographer for the voice of Rage or Dare. Thanks for Benny and Baxter for joining us on the podcast
making it a
today.
lively podcast.
And, of course, Casey just makes our podcast, you know, somewhat worthy of anything. Our God of Rage. We love you so. Thanks to social media, and find us on social media everywhere at Film Rage, YYC. Check out everything Film Rage, YYC.com, including our merch site for Redbubble and TeePublic. We also make this raging blast for all listeners, so please comment, like, and subscribe. And send us emails to filmragecalgary@gmail.com. There's too terrible movies to fuel our rage, but no matter what you do, please, pretty please, I'll back us all rage. That's it for this week. Actually, it's not it for this week. That's it for now. Rage on.
Rage on.